Steffanie. Welcome to Steffanie's Journey. For those of you who are here for the very first time, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Today I have for you a squash fritter recipe. It is a vegan recipe. I am using yellow squash and zucchini squash to make this recipe. So, if you haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button below. I would love to have you as part of the Stephanie's Journey family. If you'd like to see the recipe, then stick around and stay tuned. Okay guys, for the recipe I have my food processor, which I will use to grate my squash as well as my onion, and I have a tablespoon of self-rising flour. I have 1/2 of a teaspoon of white pepper. I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of rosemary and 1/2 of a teaspoon of herb de Provence. I have 2 cloves of garlic, and then I have 3 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. So I'm gonna cut these up and put them through my food processor, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Okay, first I'm going to cut my onion in half, because I'm only going to need about 1/2 of an onion for this recipe. And I'll just cut the tips off of my squash. And I'm going to cut them in half because my food processors I'm going to use my small one. No need to dirty up the big one. And these should fit in there as long as they cut in half. And I'm just going to grate them into this bowl, and when I pour my salt, I poured it over the bowl because I like to have a little salt in here because they're going to drain for a little while to get the water out of them. I may squeeze it, but so I got my food processor plugged in, and I'm just going to push everything down through there. So that is it. It leaves a little bit at the top, but it fills up the bottom. And I'll just take my handy dandy spatula and get the rest out. And what you need to do is make sure that you drain this, because squash is full of water. Most vegetables are full of water, but particularly squash is full of water. So you're going to need to drain the water out of it so they can pretty much stick together pretty good. You can let them sit and drain, or you can take a towel or a paper towel and drain them yourself. This is everything. I'm going to take this and I'm going to drain the water out of it. As you can see, it's a bunch of water in it, and I'm going to drain it in a paper towel and get it out. So what I'm going to do is pour this into this strainer. Then I'm going to set the strainer on top of the bowl. I'm going to take some paper towels and I'm going to press down to press as much water out of it as I can get. And then I'm going to do that again with another piece of paper towel. And you actually can just let this sit for about an hour or so, but I'm impatient. I don't have time for all that. This is just as easy. Don't take that much to squeeze water out of some squash. And if you have a cheesecloth, you actually can put it in a cheesecloth and do it that way. But see, there's all your juice. So I'm going to dump that out of the bowl, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to mix everything together, and then we'll get ready to cook it. So, okay, we're back, and I'm going to go ahead and mince my garlic into the mixture. So I'm going to take my little garlic press, and now let's stir that up. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by putting our seasoning. Again, it's 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary, and 1/2 teaspoon of herbs de Provence. We're going to put this all in here. And we're going to mix that up. Make sure it gets well incorporated. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of smoked paprika in here. And it's the sweet smoked paprika. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there, just a few shakes, just to give it a little smoky taste. That may be 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then I'm going to take, I don't know if I'm going to need all of this flour, and this is self-rising flour, so I'm going to put some in there and see. Just wanted to get to sort of a dry consistency so that it is a binder. So that is about it. It should stick together. Make sure you have clean hands, of course, as always, before you start cooking. And yeah, those are holding together pretty good. I might add just a little bit more flour to it. So this was 1 tablespoon, so I'm probably going to get about a 1/2 tablespoon more and put it in there, so just stay tuned. Alright, we got a little bit more flour, and I always check because it really just depends on how much of your water you got out of it. Alright, we're going to put some oil on the pan and take this to the stove, so stay tuned. And they're delicate like pancakes are, so be careful. Put the last 2 in, and I'm taking these out and putting them on a paper towel line sheet to drain. And we're going to let these last 2 cook, and hopefully they turn out. And while we wait on those, let's make some sour cream sauce for them. Okay, here I have a little bit of sour cream. I have some fresh dill and some fresh chives, so I'm just going to chop that up. I'm going to mix that into the sour cream, and I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice in it that I got left over. And then stir that up. This is vegan sour cream, of course. A little more lemon juice. And a little bit of this herb de Provence. Just a little. And that is it for your sour cream sauce. Yep, that's delicious. So now let's go back and check on our fritters. Okay, these are just about done, so I'm going to take them out and put them on the towel to drain and set. And then we'll come back when it's time for the taste test. Okay guys, it is time for the taste test of these squash fritters. So I have one here, and I'm going to dip it into the sour cream sauce that you see me make. These are so good. I meant to put cheese in them, but I forgot. If you love cheese, then put some cheese in them too. I didn't let them drain like I should have, but it still came out good. Use a non-stick pan because I was trying to do them all at once and do them on my griddle, and that didn't work out well because they stuck. But the recipe is so good, and so is this sour cream with this dill. I'm putting a bunch of it on there. It is so good. But yes, a very easy recipe. If you don't want to put them in oil, put them in the oven. I've never done them in the oven. Maybe I should try them that way and see how that works, because it's much healthier. And then I'm trying to be healthy, I keep putting stuff in oil. But if you like these, thumbs up the video. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend that you try these. Put any seasoning that you want in them. The seasoning that I chose is what I like, but season them how you like your food to taste. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Please thumbs up the video, like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking that subscribe button below, as well as the notification bell beside that, so that you don't miss any of my videos in the near future. And yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you all in my very next video. Bye bye.